Hi everyone. So myself Anas and I'm presenting you this question today in the special series by IMS. Pause the video, give your best and then join me back for the discussion. So I hope you all must have tried. Now let's have a discussion for this question. So in this question, as you can see, this is a data sufficiency question. In GMAT, the data sufficiency question have every time the same options in the same order. So before jumping on the question, I like to give you a shorthand representation of the options in data sufficiency. So for example, option A. Option A will be true when statement 1 alone is sufficient to answer my question, but statement 2 alone is insufficient to answer my question. Option B will be correct when statement 1 alone is insufficient, but statement 2 alone is sufficient to answer my question. Option C will be correct when neither 1 is sufficient nor 2 is sufficient, but after combining, they are sufficient to answer the question. Option D will be correct when both the statements alone are sufficient. And option E will be correct when neither 1 is sufficient nor 2 is sufficient and neither after combining. So this will be going to remember, right? So this is the way how we have to remember the options, right? And I really suggest you to please try to recall these options, right? And you don't have the need to read the answer choices. Let's attempt this question. So as you can see in this question, they are saying if A plus B plus C minus D is greater than 0, is C minus D less than 0? Okay, so it is clear indication that it's a, you can say, nothing but a yes no data sufficiency question. Okay, for example, they're asking is C minus D less than 0? For example, if I say is your name Alex, right? What answer am I expecting, right? I'm expecting obviously nothing but a yes or a no, right? Okay, so whenever a statement in a yes no data sufficiency question is able to give us a definite yes or a definite no as an answer for the question asked, then it would be called as sufficient. But if it is able to give us a no, a yes, both, right? Depending on what values we are choosing or what are the conditions we are taking up, right? Okay, then that statement will be insufficient. I will give you a quick example just to understand that. Okay, so the question is, let's say, is x greater than 2? Statement 1 says that x is equals to 3. Okay, so is statement 1 alone sufficient to answer my question? Yes. Is 3 greater than 2? The answer is a yes, right? Statement 2, x lies in between 1 and 3. So is statement 2 sufficient now? Let's see. If I assume value of x to be 1.1, then is 1.1 greater than 2? The answer is a no. But if I assume the value of x to be 2.9, is 2.9 greater than 2? The answer is yes. A no, a yes means the statement is insufficient. Okay. Just a small variant I like to discuss here. Let's suppose that in statement 1, instead of x equals to 3, it was, let's say, x equals to 1. Okay. Now, if you answer the question, is x greater than 2? Is 1 greater than 2? The answer is no, right? But don't worry, right? It's a definite answer. Okay. It does not matter whether I'm having a yes or a no until it is a definite answer. So if it is a definite answer, then the statement will be sufficient. So statement 1 is sufficient as it was when I took x equals to 3. So I hope you got a clear understanding of a yes no DS question. Now let's move on to discuss this. They are saying if a plus b plus c minus d greater than 0, is c minus d less than 0? Statement 1 is a plus b less than 2 minus d plus c. So you can say inequalities, right, with many variables. Okay. Now let's discuss if we have two inequalities, right? For example, one inequality here and another inequality, this one, right? What are we allowed whenever we have inequalities? Please remember, if A is greater than B, C is greater than D, right? Then you are always allowed for only adding the inequalities. Okay. You are always allowed to add the inequalities. Okay. All right. And just while adding the inequalities, make sure the orientation of the sign is same, right? Make sure sign is same. Okay. Yeah. Then you are allowed to add. What I like to tell you guys is, if you read blogs, right, or some resource, right, they will tell you tons of properties of inequalities. Okay. Try to understand. GMAT is not a maths test, right? Okay. They do not ask a lot of content in the quant section, right? They ask fewer things only. Okay. For example, at some places you might read that you're allowed to subtract the inequalities, make sure the signs are reversed, right? I prefer no need to remember any such thing. Simply remember that whenever two inequalities are given, we are allowed to add them, keeping the sign same. Okay. Just remember this. Okay. Yeah. One more thing I like to tell you about inequality that is a little different. For example, 3 is greater than 2. What happens if I multiply by -2 both the sides? I will get -6, I will get -4, right? Now, which is greater? -4 is greater, right? So the sign got flipped. Okay. So please remember, in an inequality, if a constant is multiplied or divided, right? Let me write, if a negative constant is multiplied or divided, sign will get flipped. So this simple thing you need to remember. Okay, now we are perfectly ready to deal with this question. Let's see what we will get when we add them, right? Keep in your mind C minus D. So A plus B plus C minus D greater than 0. I'm trying to keep the sign same here. So I will write this inequality like this. I will write the right hand side first and then the left hand side. Okay. We are not changing any inequality or anything, right? We are just rewriting it. Okay. So A plus B here and 2 minus D plus C here. Now we have to add them. So we will get A plus B, C plus C will be 2C, minus D will be minus 2D plus 2 greater than A plus B. Now A and A will get cancelled. A minus A 0, B minus B will be 0, and we will get 2C minus 2D greater than -2 plus 2 on the right hand side. Okay. Yeah. So here I will write it as C minus D dividing by 2 both the sides. I will get C minus D is greater than -1. Now we have to answer our question. Is C minus D less than 0? Okay. So you know that C minus D is greater than -1, and question is asking, is C minus D less than 0? So if you observe this range, right, I can take any value greater than -1. For example, if I take C minus D equal to, let's say, 0 only, right? So now answer the question, is 0 less than 0? The answer is no. What if I take C minus D equals to -0.5? Yes or no? Because -0.5 will also lie here. Now, what is the answer to your question? Is C minus D less than 0? Is -0.5 less than 0? The answer is yes. So a no, a yes means what? I hope you are able to recall. A no, a yes means nothing but that statement 1 is insufficient to answer my question. Hence, I can declare that statement 1 is insufficient. Okay. Whenever you get first statement insufficient, you are always have a chance to eliminate option A and option D, because they cannot be your answers. Okay. Yeah. So I just like to quickly just go through with this solving part. So if anyone is not able to follow, I'm just quickly getting this right. I will write one more step. Okay. Yeah. So on solving this, so if you take everything on one side, so it will become nothing but A plus B plus 2C minus 2D plus 2 minus A minus B greater than 0. If you can follow this, right? So now we will get 2C minus 2D plus 2, 2 on right hand side. So it will become 2C minus 2D greater than -2. Okay. So now we can easily analyze the statement 2. So statement 1 we already got, insufficient. Option A and option D is gone. Okay. Now guys, we have to do the same thing with the statement 2. So I have interestingly the same sign. Okay. But if I add them, guys, will I get only C minus D left? Let's check it out, right? So if I add them, I will get A minus B plus C minus D greater than 2A plus 3. So 2A minus A will be A plus 3 and minus B plus C minus D. No, we are not able to get only C minus D. Okay. So let's try to focus, right? Is it possible that I can do some kind of, you can say, change, right? Or you can say some kind of maybe shifting or something, right? So that only C minus D can be remained, right? Okay, let's observe. So we want C minus D to be remained, right? Hence A plus B have to go, right? So if you observe this inequality once, I can rewrite this inequality as minus 2B minus 2A greater than 3. I took 2A on left hand side, right? Now if I for example divide take minus 2 common, it will become B plus A greater than 3. Now if you divide by minus 2 both the sides, alert guys, you are dividing by a negative number. What gonna happen with the inequality sign? Very good, it will going to flip, right? So B plus A will be less than minus 3 by 2, that is minus 1.5. Now guys, if you observe, right, if we do this, if we add this inequality with the given inequality, now we can get something. Observe. That's why GMAT will be very clever, right? They know the test taker knows a simple strategy of adding the inequalities, right? So they can easily find a way how to make you stuck, right? Yeah. So now I had the inequality A plus B plus C minus D greater than 0. And the inequality that we have figured out, I'm writing keeping in mind the same sign. So I'm writing minus 1.5 here and A plus B here, right? If anyone is having any issue, I'm just showing you again. So minus 1.5. Yeah, they are nothing but the same only, right? They're not different. Now guys, add the inequalities. So what will you get? So A plus B plus C minus D minus 1.5 greater than A plus B. So A cancel, BB cancel, hence C minus D is greater than 1.5. And if C minus D is greater than 1.5, what will be the answer to your question? Is C minus D less than 0? Just think. I am saying that C minus D is greater than 1.5. Okay. And question is asking, is C minus D less than 0? So any value greater than 1.5 will not be less than 0. And hence the answer to my question will be a definite no. And remember, whenever we get a definite no as the answer, the statement becomes sufficient, right? Hence the answer of this question will be option B. I hope you had a great time with this question. Now, please, the properties that I taught you will only be successful if you are able to apply them in the question that is a variant of this. Please apply that properties to that question and post your answer in the comment section. And don't forget me to join in the next video. Thank you so much, guys. Here is your question. All right. Thank you.